with you guys some of my favorite beauty products for these last couple of months. I feel like the last favorites video I did was maybe like April, May, somewhere around there, because I know we were like heavy in the midst of quarantine, and then we got out of quarantine, and then we were buying the house, and it's just been madness. Also hadn't been purchasing a lot of new makeup recently, only because like I said, we were buying the house, we were saving for that, and then my biggest priority was just like not really so much makeup, but buying things for the house. I feel like a favorites video is long overdue, so today we are going to be talking about some things. I have a good range of drugstore. The majority is actually drugstore, and there's only 2 high-end products to talk to you guys about. Before we get started, I am going to ask you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. If you guys are new around here, welcome. My name is Andrea. I typically do videos all about beauty, sometimes fashion, sometimes lifestyle posts. So if you guys like any one of those topics, you guys are going to love it around here. Hit that subscribe button, and while you're down there, go ahead and hit that notification bell button so you are also aware every single time that I post a new video. Go ahead and get started with my first product. We'll just get the high-end stuff out of the way. This first product I have been using for months. I think I picked it up in my last Sephora haul, maybe back in like April, March, something like that. This is from Koki Cosmetics. This is the Your Skin But Better CC Plus Oil-Free Matte Foundation. This is so good, you guys. Try the original CC Plus formula. You get the same pretty much like good ingredients. It's anti-aging, it has good SPF coverage in there. It's lightweight on your skin, but the original CC Plus in the silver tube provide enough coverage for me, if I'm being 100% honest. Although it is a CC cream and it's supposed to be light on your skin, and I really enjoyed it about that, I still want something that's going to conceal you know, the imperfections on my face or even out my skin tone, because at the end of the day, if it's not going to do any of that, it's just going to look like my skin, it's going to do nothing else, then why would I even put anything on? It gives you all the good qualities. It's anti-aging, has hydrating serum, SPF 40, it's poreless finish, it's supposed to be full coverage, and this is really close to full coverage. I don't want to say that it's like the most full coverage product, but I actually don't mind that. I like being able to like add one pump and get a really good amount of coverage, and if I want something more full coverage or that it's going to last, I'll just add an extra pump or an extra half pump, and it works really well. It also is a matte consistency, like a satin or demi matte. It's not going to be like one of those really thick foundations. It still gives you a little bit of dimension, and it gives you just this like really nice hint of glow without it being dewy. I really love this. This is so good. I do have combo skin, so I have an oily T-zone and then I have dry parameters on my face. This sits really nicely all over my foundation. I've just had nothing but good things to say about this, so this is my first pick. All right, the next product to talk to you guys about is actually a makeup palette. I did do a full review on this palette, so if you guys are interested in it, I will have it linked below for you. This is the Urban Decay Ultraviolet Naked Palette. I really like this because I was actually surprised how I can get so much wear out of this. I think I mentioned in my video that, you know, if you don't have many palettes and you want something for every day, this may not be the best because you don't have that many matte shades or anything like that, which is still true, especially if you want something like day to night and everyday wear kind of thing. I don't think this gives you that. But I have been able to get more use out of it, surprisingly, because in the mornings when I'm going to work, I'll literally just run Mind Slip or Hacked on my crease, and then I'll go in with Trip-In, or I'll go in with like Optimized or Lucid or whatever on the lid. And because these colors are pretty like light, they are colorful, but they're not so loud. Like, they're not going to be a colorful eye like I have going on today, but it is going to give you a hint of color, a little extra something to like an everyday eye look without it being so colorful or so in your face. And obviously for color, it gives you just such beautiful purples. You have this like really nice green, this pink right here, so you can definitely create a really beautiful, colorful look. I was just surprised how much use I actually am getting from this palette, because initially when I saw it, I was like, it's absolutely beautiful, but I don't know if it's going to be one of those palettes that I can get everyday wear from, or do another look that's not like a super colorful look. And surprisingly, I have been able to do that. So I've been really pleased with this. Like I said, if you guys want to know my full thoughts on it, is it worth it, recommendations and stuff, go ahead and watch that review because I go into a lot more detail on it. But I have really been liking this palette these last couple of months. Alright, so these next two products are like a mid-range brand. I wouldn't say that they're as high-end as like the last two products I mentioned, but I think they're a little bit more than drugstore prices or right on up there. These are actually from Sephora, and these are from the Sephora collection. These are part of their hashtag lip stories, and I have two lipsticks Cosmetics, I have Brunch Date, and then I have Adventuring. And I just love these for so many things, and honestly I've been really impressed and really blown away by them. First off, if you guys can see here, the wrapping on every single one of these is different. So this is Brunch Date, so you have this cute like little brunch table, and then this is Adventuring, so there's like cute little giraffes that wrap this lipstick. So these are both from their matte line, and seriously you guys, this matte formula is so good. I was like blown away when I first tried it out. I was like, how have I not known about this matte formula? So it literally just glides onto your lips so nicely. It doesn't seep into the fine lines or any wrinkles of your lips. It's very comfortable, and it almost feels like powdery or lightweight, but I feel like this one is maybe just even a little bit more lightweight feeling or creamier feeling than like the Huda Beauty powder lipsticks, because you guys know that those are my absolute favorite. And they have so many colors, like a bunch of colors in their matte line. They have a cream line for sure, and then they have a glitter and like a satin line, I think. So they have a bunch of colors. I decided to pick 2 up just to try them out, but I'm definitely going to be getting more. So this one is, like I said, Brunch Date. It's actually the lipstick that I'm wearing right now. I obviously have a gloss on top, but it is like this beautiful like nude. It has a little hint of pink, but it's definitely more of like a beigey kind of nude. Then this other one I really, really love. Every time I wear this, everybody always asks what lip color I'm wearing because it's just really unique. It's got like a hint of orange in it, or like tangerine. This is Adventuring, and I'll show you guys, like literally just glides on so nicely. But this is Adventuring. Like I said, it has a hint of like orange and like brown in here, but it's not super dark, and it has a little bit more of like a lighter kind of, well, I guess it would be like a coral. It has a hint of coral in there because it's a little bit lighter, but it's just so beautiful and like a really unique color. I have like a more orangey kind of color and like a more brown kind of color, but this one just fits really nice in between. I really love both of these. They're so comfortable to wear. Like I said, I am wearing Brunch Date right now with a gloss on top, and I've just been so impressed with them. They're really, really good. Everything else from here is drugstore. So these next 2 products are both from the same brand and line. I just don't have one of them because I used it up already and haven't been able to purchase it, but both of these are from the brand Joa. These are part of their Brow Down To Me collection, the one with the like blue tubes. So this is the brow top coat. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm so obsessed with this. For years, and I'm talking years, the only brow gel that I've ever used is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the clear brow gel, just because it works so well. It's like hairspray for your brows. They don't move anywhere, but it's not crunchy or it doesn't make them look tiny or anything like that. So it's just so good, and it always does the job really well. I did try one from Essence and from e.l.f. a while ago, and I hated it. It was like a goopy mess. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stick to what I know. I think I ran out of both my Anastasia products one time. For some reason wasn't able to go to Ulta or something. So I picked these up from CVS, this Brow Down To Me top coat and the Brow Down To Me pencil. And you guys, I am telling you, it's like a game changer. They really compared a lot to like the Anastasia ones, whereas this is an actual like liquid and like it's waxy, and you just run it through your brows, but you can feel like your brows are like there, they don't move, they're like hard, but they're not like super hard or stiff, if that makes sense. Like I said, it's kind of like when you get that like moisturizing hairspray that you know isn't going to be like crunchy or gross. That's how your brows feel, but they're not going anywhere. This lasts all day. My brows look intact all day. And the Brow Down To Me pencil, I'll insert a picture right here so you guys can see which one I'm talking about. That one also works really, really well. The consistencies are really good in between like a powder and like a wax consistency, so it doesn't like break off every time you apply it on, but it's not like so intense because it's so powdery or leave like a weird residue. It's just perfect, and I've really, really been loving it. Like I said, I do have to repurchase one of those pencils, but they've worked literally so good. I've been so impressed with them. Price for each of these, I want to say this one was like $10 and the brow pencil was maybe like $11, $10 or $12. Either way, you're still saving yourself like $10 on each product, because I think the Anastasia ones are 21 or 22, something around there. Usually my go-to are the Anastasia ones that I'm like, nope, I don't need to look at anything else. I have what I like, whatever. But I'm glad I did because these are really, really good. Next, talking about some eyeshadows. These, if you guys follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, I will have it right here for you guys. Make sure you guys are following me there because I am a lot more active there on the daily. I've been sharing on my Instagram because they've been so good and they're so affordable. Literally each of these are $3 and they're really, really good eyeshadows. So these are from e.l.f. and these are their mini bite-sized palettes. This one here is called Carnival Candy and this one is called Rose Water. So Rose Water is like really beautiful set of purpley tones. You can see that right there. It's like purpley kind of cool tones. And then Carnival Candy, they're all matte here, so there's no shimmers, but you get really nice everyday colors. These like really beautiful rust and fall colors here, just a nice peachy tone and like a pop of blue. And you guys, seriously, these are so, so good. I can't remember who I heard talking about it, but they talked about this one initially. So I picked it up and tried it out for just like an everyday look because they're really nice neutral tones. And I was really blown away. The consistency of these shadows are very, very soft. Oh, you can't even see it. I don't even know why I'm showing you. They don't like crack off in the middle of the day. They are very soft to the touch, and like I said, they pack a punch, and you wouldn't think that these would be e.l.f. shadows. I feel like these perform way better. They're not as powdery. Well, that's just a really bad swatch, but I feel like they're not as powdery as like a MAC shadow. I feel like these are so much better than that. They do come in like 4 different kind of like shades, and even the shimmers on here, the shimmers are really, really beautiful. You can see right there. There's just a really nice kind of glow right over there. You can just tell how nice quality these shadows are. They job really well, and for $3 you're seriously not going to get better eyeshadows than these. So if you have not tried them, definitely try them out. They're great for like everyday eyeshadow looks, and yeah, I've just really been impressed with them and I've really been liking these. Alright, and then the last 2 products to share with you guys are both from Koki Cosmetics. If you guys saw my last video or 2 videos ago, I did talk about these briefly, or I did mention them. These were sent to me from Koki for PR purposes, but they didn't ask me to include them in a video or anything like that. I've just really been loving them since I started using them and since I received the package, that I definitely had to tell you guys all about it. So first up is the Koki Translucent Setting Powder. So it just comes in one of these. And then there's holes in there. You actually do get like a little powder puff on there, but because I took the plastic off and every time I like, you know, open this, there's powder everywhere, it gets like super dirty, the little powder puff, I just like took it off and I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. But I really like this powder. This one is really, really good. I have tried like 3 or 4 other drugstore setting powders and the issue is always the same. It's either like too white, too cakey, not finely milled, or when you set it, it like gets right into like all the fine lines, all of the wrinkles, all of the creases and stuff. It creases underneath here really bad, or it gives me like really weird lines here. It doesn't set what I wanted to, or adds too much color. It's always the same with one of them. The only one is the Airspun one. That one's really good. It is actually very finely milled. It's very smooth. It is the setting powder that I have on today, so you guys can see it's so intense and so white down there. It doesn't give me like a cast back or like a shadow or anything like that. When I wipe it off, like I wipe it off, but it almost feels like there's nothing there to like actually get off. So it's not like super chunky or super thick on the skin. It does feel very lightweight, and when I touch it, it feels like my skin. It doesn't feel like a super powdery mess, but it actually works and it holds my makeup in place. It sets it really nicely. I'm honestly so impressed with this because I really did not have any high hope for this. I just thought it was going to be another drugstore translucent powder that wasn't going to work. I can bake with it. I can set my eyes with it. I can use it for like my eyeshadow, like before I'm going in with eyeshadow. I can set my concealer with it. I can set the high points. And I do have to tell you guys that this one does have silica in it, and usually that gives you a white cast. But as we can see here now, it doesn't give me a white cast. And I've used it like, you know, to set my under eyes. I've used it to bake and I have had no problem with it. But just remember that typically silica does give you a white cast, but haven't had any issues with that one. All right, and then the last thing to talk to you guys about is the Skin Perfect HD foundation from Koki as well. Like I said, I did use this in my last video and I was really impressed with it. This is like a mid coverage, like natural finish HD foundation, and I really feel like it does all of that stuff. I really feel like this is so similar to the Makeup Forever HD foundation, but I almost like this one a little bit more. This does give me a natural finish. It's not like dewy, but it's also not really matte, but I feel like it leans more to like that soft matte or like soft natural glow finish. It gives me really good coverage. I said if you guys saw my last video or 2 videos ago when I was talking about the foundation mixers, you guys can see when I apply it on there, it concealed a lot of the things that I have going on in my face, and it worked really well. It is HD. It made my skin look really nice on the video. When I was done with it, I did a couple TikToks and everything. It sat really well on my skin. It was lightweight. I could build it up for more coverage if I wanted to, and like that, I feel like it was more lightweight than the Makeup Forever HD foundation, but it also wasn't as dewy as that one, and I've just been so impressed with it. I really like this. I think this is like $10, $9, and I think this is definitely one of the better drugstore foundations that are out right now, because like I said, a lot of them tend to lean either so matte or so dewy. This is like a perfect natural in between, and you can really manipulate it to be more matte or dewy depending on what you want for your skin. But this sat so beautifully. It provided really good coverage, and it just made my skin look so nice, especially in film and when I was taking pictures. All right, you guys, so that is it for today's video. Leave it down in the comments if you guys have tried any of these products out. Leave it down in the comments if you want me to do a more in-depth review on anything, or just if you have any suggestions for future videos. I definitely want to hear all of your feedback. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff is also going to be left down below for you guys, as well as coupon codes to help you save some money. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.